Over the past year, I've gotten really interested in Korean culture through K dramas. And recently I decided to stop just watching and actually start learning Korean intentionally. And instead of buying more notebooks, I decided to repurpose planners I already had sitting unused. So this is officially day one of learning Korean. I'm not trying to become fluent overnight. I'm not trying to be perfect. I just wanted to create a small daily habit that feels interesting, creative, and mentally engaging. And honestly, I think my brain needed something new. So, introducing the planners that I'll be using. First will be the A5 Hobonichi Day Free for 2026. This planner has a monthly layout followed by blank daily pages, undated pages. And I originally bought this because I love the clean layout and graph paper pages, but I realized it would actually work better as a Korean study book. So here's the layout of the day free. I have used it previous years as a travel journal and even as a financial planner, a financial tracker. But this year it didn't really have a purpose. So if you are not familiar with a day free, it's about the same width as a cousin avec, maybe slightly smaller. And it has similar A5 pages, multicolored layout for a few years ahead and behind. And these are actually quite useful. I like the quarterly layout. I plan in 12 weeks. I plan every quarter. So I do use these in my other planners I have in the past. It's great for noting vacations, travel, anything you need to track on a visual in advance. So it gives you the 2-page spread and 6 months at a time. The monthlies are great. I've used these in the past for everything, for planning appointments, like I said, for tracking anything you may want to track, events. What I will be doing now is I'll be picking a word of the day and filling this in. So you'll see that I haven't really used this much. So now I'm picking it up. And here's where we are. So this is going to be my first month. Now, what I'll be using in here is, like I said, vocabulary in the monthlies, phrases, writing practice, pronunciation notes, and even grammar. So here's my first day of some of the words I was using, some of the words I've been learning. First time writing Hangul, so if you speak Korean, forgive me, I'm learning. And I just did a little more on this page. So what's great about this is I don't need dated dailies. I'll be filling it in just like any notebook. So if there's something you want to learn and you've got unused notebooks or even previous years, change the dates, or if you have blank pages, off you go. Now, aside from the Hobonichi, I also, for the first time, ordered the Creffective. This is the 2026 Daily Notebook. Now, this is from South Korea, so it's near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, I chose not to use it as my everyday carry because I wanted a weekly glance. So this smaller notebook, this one feels more like a quick capture notebook. So instead of making everything perfect, I'm going to use this also for quick vocabulary, mini review sessions, words from the app that I'm starting on, and little daily notes. So a quick overview of the 2026 Creffective Daily. It's a little thicker than the Hobonichi Techo if you have a Techo, the A6. But it's also got a great layout. I love the layout of this. So you've got, again, the year at a glance, a similar layout with the 3 months on a 2-page spread. So you've got your quarterlies again if you plan that way. This is really nice where you can plan, again, ahead for any appointments, anything that needs its own note. So I do like this layout as well because it gives more writing space, 2 months to a layout. Now the monthlies here are obviously a little smaller being being an A6, sorry. So this one, I may not write anything on these pages. And after the monthlies are all together, just like the Hobonichi Day Free. And so here's where I am. Now, the weeklies, I do like that this almost has like a Hobonichi Weeks or a Sterling Ink N2 feel, where you've got a spot to put something for the week overview. There's a priority spot and a to-do spot. And then it's got the dated dailies, which is really great. Unlike the Techo, it doesn't have the quotes, so it's much cleaner to work with. There's a vertical timeline if you are using that for planning. Again, for me, I'm using this for my Korean. So I'm putting in some vocabulary, and I'll be adding daily as I go. So why Korean? Well, I actually took Taekwondo years back in university and competed in tournaments for quite some time. I always had an interest in Korean culture, but over the last year especially, I started watching more K dramas and realized I was hearing similar words over and over again. So I wanted to know what these words were. And that's where I started this. So eventually I thought, why not actually try learning some of the Korean and the Hangul intentionally? And I really wanted something that is low pressure, not overwhelming, just 15 minutes a day to learn something new. Now, I did mention an app I'm using, so I'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. Right now, I'm starting with one called Falu. This is not sponsored. It's the first day with this app. It has been fun. Honestly, I've been surprised at how much I really like it. I like that it combines listening, speaking, repetition, and real phrases. And so I put everything in my notebooks, and then I transfer the words I'm learning into my other planners so I can actually remember them better. So right now I'm learning really basic words and phrases. And honestly, I'm leaving my notes messy, and that is absolutely okay because I don't want this to become another thing I need to try to do perfectly. So, one thing I realized while doing this is how many people probably have unused planners, notebooks, or journals that are just sitting there, stationary, waiting for that perfect purpose. And sometimes the best thing we can do is simply repurpose what we already have into something meaningful. So, notebooks like these, planners like these can work for language learning, business ideas, marketing notes, gardening, travel planning, journaling, brain dumps, literally anything. I think learning new things keeps life expanding. And honestly, I want my life to keep expanding. So, right now, my system is pretty simple. The A5 Hobonichi is my structured learning book, and it's where I'll write the phrases, the bigger picture learning, I'll expand, and it gives me more room to work with. I can also flip it this way if I want to write on a longer page. That works as well. And the A5 Creffective notebook will be my daily companion. So this one is travel size, so I can bring it with me on the go, on trips. And why I like using this with the app is I can write down and practice the words as well as the characters. Um, and I really like using both sizes together because they serve a different purpose. So this is officially day one, and I'm planning to practice Korean for at least 15 minutes a day and just see where it goes. And honestly, this isn't really about becoming perfect in Korean. It's something about staying curious, and it's more about learning something new and building a life that keeps growing. So if you've been thinking about learning something new, maybe this is your sign to start.